Hi guys, my name is Revanth and I am from cybersecurity class from Professor Reshmi Mitra and our team is Group 5, project project team is Group 5 and we are gonna present our midterm submission of our project. So this is the reason we are making a video on this. So our project is about browser exploitation framework which we are going to implement and explain you in this video. So we had made a small presentation on this. So let me go through this. Before going through this video, let me just introduce my teammates here. Um, our team has 4 members, myself, Dharshak, Praveen, and Sujith. So let me tell you about this framework brief browser exploitation, which we call it as beef. So it is commonly known as beef most of the time. So this is browser exploitation framework. Here I'm going to tell you the overview of this in this entire PPT. So what is beef installation requirements and how it works, beef architecture, features and commands, case studies and example, and find the overcomes. After this complete PPT, I will be showing you my working demo, our working demo, like how the actual attacks happens. So let me just tell you what does this means. Like first, let me go to this PPT first. So BEEF stands for Browser Exploitation Framework. Okay, it is a powerful tool used to test the security of the web applications and web browser. BEEF enables security professionals to identify vulnerabilities in web browser and take control of them to execute various attacks. So it also uses the JavaScript and works by it. It actually works by injecting a script into the web pages. So like whoever the attackers may be, they should inject this script in order to get the information from the victims. Okay, in order to attack their missions. With the beef, attackers can simulate various attacks such as phishing, drive-by downloads, keylogging, and cookie theft, which is more sensitive and all the information will be gathered when this attacks happens. So beef also allows attackers to interact with the user browser in real time and monitor their behavior, hijacking their session and gain access to the private data and do much more things. Okay, beef is a valuable tool for accessing the security of the web applications and develop effective countermeasure attacks. Okay, attacks. Okay, we are making these things to make aware of the attacks which are happening in the outside, like the attackers, how they attack to the users systems and all. So beef is basically it's a Linux operating system. It works on Linux operating system, so it can be installed only on a Linux distribution, which may include like including Ubuntu, Debian, Kali Linux. Beef requires Ruby 2.5 or a higher version to be installed whenever we try to use Beef. These are the things should be necessary. And it also requires SQLite 3 database to be installed. And Beef requires a browser to be used as whenever you try to play with the or explore with the Beef framework, you need to have a web browser to target for testing and exploiting vulnerabilities. Beef require a basic understanding of a web application security and ability to write and modify the JavaScript code. And the Beef can be installed from these are the resources where Beef can be installed. I used GitHub repository to install our Beef framework in the system. And we used Kali Linux to mention. We used Kali Linux to show the beef. We'll be showing you in a short time. And this is the install procedure. And how does this works? As we already mentioned, like it has a JavaScript file which is hooks.js that will hook one or more browsers. Will use for launching direct command modules and further attack against the system through an open door. Okay, uses a web interface to manage and sends attacks to the browser zombies. Zombies here in this context means the victims, the users whom you are going to try to attack. Okay, so this is a simple architecture of a beef, like how the attacks happen, how the attacker is attacking to the victims, like these zombies are nothing but the victims. Okay, so their IP addresses here and here the user is just generating the URL and sending it to the users here. And whenever these victims just hit on that URL, their entire details will be captured here and they will be monitored in the Beef UI. This is what happens. And here is the commands and control he can be able to perform on this Beef UI, which we will be seeing in a short time. And these are the features which we have discussed already. It provides real-time interaction, it enables simulation of various attacks as phishing, many more things, and detailed reports. Actually, the Beef, whenever you install the Beef framework in your system, you will be able to see the user-friendly UI there. Okay. So it's very easy and you can just see the things in a simple way and you can play with it. So Beef is open source and support various operating systems and web browsers. Okay. When coming to the commands, there are many commands. For example, this is the command kill. This command terminates the connection between the attackers and target browser. Whenever you attack one system, you want to just terminate the connection between them. You can just use the kill command so that the system will be terminated, like that the user connection between you and user or the attacker and user will be terminated and you no longer can access their data and you can do with any kind of attacks you can perform. So that is one of the kill command. And okay, so these are the examples we have in a real-time scenarios. So let me just walk you through the overcomes. So Beef, this is generally we know that is a testing for the security of a web browser. However, it can also be used maliciously to attack vulnerable browser. To overcome the threats of a Beef, it is important to keep browser updated with the latest patches. Use strong and unique passwords such as and implement the security measures such as firewalls and intrusion detection system, and additionally can conduct regular security assessment and penetration testing to identify and address vulnerabilities before they can be exploited by the attackers. Let me just show you the things which we have already installed, pre-installed in our Linux. Let me just close everything. Okay, it's been already. We have just installed our virtual box here. In the virtual box, this is already running. I just made it run to reduce the shortage of the video. The Kali Linux is already running in the background. Let me just log into it and yeah, with the password. Yeah, as you can see here, it's already been opened. Let me just close it and explain you from the beginning for you. Let me just close this one. So in order to start the Beef, so this is a Kali Linux, okay, environment. So this is the username. In order to start the Beef, you should just log into the root user. You cannot simply use this start with the normal user. You should be root user to log in as a root user. And you can see the things here, ls. So these are the list of folders you have, cd, downloads. I'm just navigating through my Beef where it has been downloaded. Downloads and ls. You can see the Beef master here again. Beef master. I just navigated to Beef masters. Here you just have to run the command Beef. It's already been used here, which we have already tried. Okay, it is just starting. We just started the Beef. Whenever it gets started, you will be prompted with one web page. Okay, the landing Beef user interface. Okay, here. So the Chrome is started automatically. Sometimes it doesn't start automatically. That time you don't have to worry about this. You can always just see here when this page doesn't pops out here, you can always use this URL web UI here, the same URL will be here, popped over here. Okay. When you try this URL, you will be getting this page. You have to just log into here. Okay. So here I'm just logging with Beef. We have already configured it while installing the Beef here. Okay. So I'm just giving the password here as okay. You can give the password whatever you need. So this is the UI you will be seeing. Let me just expand it and explain you. So here you can see online browser, offline browsers. Okay. Here you will be having many. These are the previous attacks which I have already performed while testing this Beef framework. Okay. So this is the online browser which we haven't created it, right? I mean, we just started the Beef. We haven't created any link. I mean, we haven't sent any invitation or any kind of link to the user. So let's just do that thing now. I'm just copying this URL here. Just copy the link here and paste this. I'm just pasting this URL in the Firefox. Let's just load it here. It takes some time. I don't know. Let's wait for some time before it gets okay. It got loaded. Let me take a new tab here. Let's just consider this is a victim system and victim browser. Okay. Let me just, okay, I'm just pasting that URL. As you can see here, you don't have anything, right? Online browser, you don't find anything here as of now. Whenever it gets loaded in the background, yeah, this got loaded here. As soon as it gets loaded, you can see the online browser here, right? You can see his credentials directly. Just give me some time. Yeah. Yeah, here you can see it. It came automatically. Whenever the user clicked on here, this is the basic demo page which we have created for the user. Whenever he logins here, we can get all his details for here. You can see all his details here, all the details of the users which we are currently exploring here. What are the details we have, like browser name, Mozilla Firefox, and everything. So whatever the information that may be a sensitive information present over here, this can be visible to the attacker when he clicks on the URL. Okay, he can perform many things. We are exploring those attacks in this framework, and let me just play with it. With the one attack I'm gonna show you now. Whenever just assume the scenario like we have sent the URL to the user. User just clicked on it, and is and we redirected that URL. There is a one feature. Still, we are searching for it. The command. We can redirect the same page to the another web page where the user really need to see. Okay, he's just seeing the content in the web page. During that time, what we can do is just petty theft. Okay, this is the one of the command which we have in our Beef. I'm just gonna execute this command. Then as soon as I executed this command, you can see here it says Facebook session timeout. Let's say like we have just turned to him to the Facebook, real Facebook. Okay, he's just seeing some important information. As soon as we execute that command, the Facebook session timeout thing will be prompted here. So the user will think like, okay, this is something related to Facebook. Let me just give you my credentials again. Okay. Then he will be giving his fake credentials. Let me give some of the not fake credentials, his own credentials. Okay. I'm just giving my fake credentials here. Okay. Here I'm just giving the normal credentials of mine. Okay, let me consider. So the user gives the email and password. As soon as he clicks here login, you will see the command. One more command is added here. the user just, then it will disappear. Okay, then it will come again as soon as he just given the data here, right? Let me just maximize this. As soon as he gives the data here, the data is collected. So this is how the information is being thefted from the user. Okay, there are many features are involved in this framework, which we will be explaining you more in the coming days, like in the during the final submission. Since this is a midterm exam submission, our working model is done. Like this is completely working fine. We are gonna extend this topic and we are gonna see few more scenarios and attacks, how the attacker is performing in a real world scenario. So this is our project, and we are working on this project. We have implemented this tool in our Linux environment, and yeah, this is our project. And thank you everyone. So these are our teammates. Let me maximize this and tell you. So these are our teammates, and we are gonna explore more about this project, and will deliver you the quality content. Thank you.